another sight in the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Now, how's things been over there at the Plex Gym with Ronnie Shields? Actually, a better question is, you guys are both pure boxers, just like Laura, just like Mayweather, Crawford, all talented fighters, even Broner, pure boxer. But as of late, boxers have been getting a lot of stick. People are not appreciating the sportsmanship and the class and the skill that it takes to hit and not be hit. Laura went out and did a great job versus versus Rodriguez, in my opinion, but he got a lot of stick for not getting the knockout. Obviously, you don't have a problem with that. You get a lot of knockouts, but you know, sometimes you go to decision, Jermell. So what do you think about everybody giving so much hate to pure boxers?
Well, I mean, you gotta realize that certain fighters come to fight different fights. Styles make fights, and so it's a fight, man. The oppositions are always different. We can't judge somebody. I have knockout power and I have knockout strength. So does my brother. My brother can move, he can box. But if you're gonna run from him or you're gonna back him up, he's gonna start to knock you out. And same thing, I got more opponents that are a lot bigger than me. So if I realize that punch ain't just right there to knock him out, I'm gonna set him up and see if I can knock him out, but box him at the same time. Look, it's not our job to go and worry about
our game plan is to win. It's to win. In a nutshell, long story short, our game plan is to win the fight.
Yeah,
Whatever we got to do. We're not worried about not knocking somebody out, and my brother's not worried about going 12 rounds. Whatever it take us to do to get the dub, we're gonna do that.
But how do you deal with the naysayers that when, like I said, Laura put on a great performance versus Rodriguez, yet he was considered boring for not getting the knockout?
Would you want a pretty loss or ugly win? You know what I mean? Like, we come to win no matter what. If we don't go for the knockouts, it just so happens I train so hard and my brother trains so hard. That's just what we do. And my brother been right on target. He don't miss many shots. You know, he don't take many risks, and we get the dub. You know, sooner or later the fans and the people will draw their eyes and will realize, like, it's about the win. That's what we come for.
Now, my final question is, why is it okay for Floyd Mayweather to be able to outbox a guy 12-0? He did it to Canelo. They loved him for it. And again, a guy like Laura or a guy like Broner, who chose to box versus Molina, he got ridiculed for it.
I think age has a lot to do with it. They say Mayweather's older in the game. They say Mayweather's done enough in the game, so whatever he does is okay. In our sense, they say we haven't done enough, and they say that we're not old enough, and we're young fighters, so we're supposed to get in there and just square off and trade punch for punch. Tonight, you're not going to see the Broner fight. You're not going to see a trade-off. Just guarantee you that. It's just how boxing works. And if you don't understand these concepts, you're not a real boxing fan. Or maybe you just need to get in the ring and see how that really feels. You're not going to just get in there with a puncher. We know Porter's going to come to punch. We know Broner's going to try to box. That's just how it's going to be. And if that doesn't happen, then you fans will get to see what you are looking for. You understand?
As far as you're concerned, you specifically, your resume speaks for itself. You fought guys like Charlie Oates, Gabriel Rosado, Harry Yorgi. I mean, you've already proven to the hardcore fan that you have the skills, you have what it takes, but you haven't got that career-defining fight yet. It keeps eluding you. Guys are not stepping up, and you have the best manager in the world.
World title. People want to judge us all off of, oh, they don't have the world title. They haven't beat a world champion that's really keeping the throne. If we go in there and we dominate Triple G, they're gonna say we ran from him or we outboxed him. It was a boring fight. No matter what it is, the whole point of it is you can't worry about critics. Sometimes there's certain people that just smile in your face and be in your face the whole time, be the critics. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we are our own critics. So it's just the name of the game. It's just how this boxing works.
Man, I said that was my last question, but you brought up Triple G, and we know that Laura's been calling him out for about 2 years now. Is he really serious? Because, I mean, he's a 154-pounder. He hasn't tested the 160 waters, but you've been in the ring. You're in camp. You guys are in camp with him. You know how strong, how skilled he is.
Laura could be Triple G. I feel Laura can outbox him, counter off his mistakes, show his athleticism, and beat Triple G.
So what about to those not so intelligent fans that will say, well, he lost to Canelo?
The same thing they said about Anguilla and Laura. Think about it, Anguilla is a big puncher no matter what, he's knocking people out. So therefore, you got a same guy, just different style, coming to start, coming to get a little punch in. and looking for one shot. And the
you know
whole time
what?
he's gonna be chasing Law around.
You know what? I see a good trainer over there. He got a lot of stable fighters, you know, like that's.
Roberto Garcia?
Yeah, I see a good trainer over there. But one thing that y'all gonna see a lot more is Ronnie Shields. You know, Ronnie Shields is the reason that we made it to this level right here. Why you think Lara's at the top where he's at? Lara was crafty before, once he came from Cuba, but Ronnie Shields put that finishing touch on him. Me and my brother been training with Ronnie for a while, and he's bred. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And so the way we fight and our style has a lot to do with the way Ronnie teaches us. He's a good teacher. He's one of the best teachers in the world. And he's overlooked right now, which makes us fight even harder because we know how good our trainer really is. And we're gonna keep grinding. We're not worried about the critics.
We also have our own gym where we working overtime.
Overtime. We getting it
We're
all
gonna get
in.
our grind on no matter what.
So
we realize that we have a lot of athletic, good fighters in our weight class, and we're still young and growing and making mistakes. We gotta keep growing and keep getting better.
We're gonna keep going. We're not necessarily worried about what no one's saying about us.
In our second season, you know, other than Ronnie Shields, we got our father that we grew up with, still teaching us and showing us these things that we need to make, and you know, the whole thing. You know, I did something on my own at my gym, as I built an exclusive sand pit with 8 feet deep sand of 16 by 16 with boxing bags in the middle of it. So just trying to do some innovational things, just being different, and we'll keep going from there.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Why does that bring in his tattoo?